microphone off. I'm gonna have to check the next video as well. But anyway, yes, in Ecclesiasticus 43 and 29, I believe. The Lord is terrible and very great, and marvelous is his power. What is this? When ye glorify the Lord, exalt him as much as ye can, for even yet will he far exceed. And when ye exalt him, put forth all your strength. And just a precept to back it up. So like I can't remember off the top of my head, but I believe it's in John. It says where I believe it says worship the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind. And we know the Hebrew word for heart is love, which goes into your mind. Because when you go into your mind and your spirit, it's kind of interconnected. Even though everything's interconnected, because we know that your body is almost like a vehicle, and your spirit is what's basically driving it. Put forth all your strength and be not weary, for ye can never go far enough. For everything that the Lord has done for us, we can never give him enough praises. We can never do enough videos. We can never do too much. We can never do enough, because he's done so much for us. All of us were doing wickedness before we heard this word. Even if we weren't doing quote unquote major wickedness, we were still doing wickedness. And it was still very, we're still wickedness, because all of us were doing all of us were doing, different types of wickedness. Even if you, why I said means of wickedness is what I was referring to, like, murdering someone or, something like that. But even if you have abominable food, eating abominable food, which a lot of us did, before hearing this truth. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I used to like shrimp, before I came to the truth. I used to like shrimp. I used to love stir fry, and used to have the little shrimp in there. Used to love to eat it. But I had to give that up, because Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is worth more to me than a plate of abominable food. I didn't mean to make that sound silly, but the Lord's worth much more to me than that, because that is worth nothing to me now, because I know that I'm not supposed to eat it. A scripture that I'm gonna close it out on. Call upon his name. It's an impromptu. So I'm just gonna go with the spirit. Because the Lord is gonna exalt his name. Even Psalm 105:1, oh, give thanks unto the Lord, call upon his name, make known his deeds among the people. This is something that was pushed, with the prophets that, they would have, even though the name of the Lord would have been known because of, the things that happened, they would always be pushing that name of the Lord. There's nothing new under the sun. And in speaking of his name, in Malachi, I'll just go with this. In Malachi, I believe it's Exodus 17 and 16. It says the name of the Lord is dreadful among the heathen, and that's spiritual, because they love to label anti-Semitic to to the name Yahweh Shai and whatnot. But what we pushing out, is truth. What we're pushing out is the truth. But because this world upholds wickedness, that's why they're rejecting it. And they're kind of fearful of that name. They're like, when they see it, they put it. I don't know if y'all remember this, but they remember when they put it on the news, and it's kind of like, yeah, it looked like the guy that they put on there, he didn't really know. He looked like he was trying not to offend the news reporter guy. Or he didn't know what he was talking about, or he was just set up us, something like that. But whatever the case may be, can't remember what the guy's name was. But that's why when we call upon the name Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, these chariots appear. These guys are trembling in their boots because they're like in their heads. What is going? They're like what's going on. You may have one of the Rockefellers. Grab one of their underlings and slapped him and like, I thought you said we had these people brainwashed. Why is there so much resistance on our plans? Because ultimately, the men of the Lord, when he would set up his men, we would be like, let me put this in an analogy. We'd be constantly frustrating, them putting out that wickedness. We see that all throughout history. Like, when Daniel was thrown into the lion's den. You've seen, constantly throughout history, that the Lord has put forth, people, put forth a selective, like maybe even 3 or selective individuals, just to stand up, just put the spirit on them. And they're trembling because, they actually thought that they thought with all their technology, with all their military might and whatnot, they thought that they were actually going to succeed in their plans. But us coming back into remembrance, us knowing who we are, us knowing the names Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, is striking fear into them. And they can't handle it. It's like a baby that's used to getting its own way. As soon as you take the remote or take something out of his hand, he's going to start crying. And there ain't going to be no one there there ain't no one going to hush Esau, man. Esau going to be, after 1,000 years, it's up. But I'll probably close it out there. And in closing, I want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua Ba'ashim Chakadash. Till next time, Shalom.